Alright, back to this. I haven't recorded this I didn't record this yesterday, so it's been a day or 2 days since I've recorded the previous part, but yeah, I was looking to get back to this because this is actually a really good mod. Like, we left off at a very interesting point too, with the whole revelation of Yuri or whatnot. I think that's a really interesting take. It's like really sort of like an intriguing move, like for the whole mod story to take, especially given we're on Monika's route currently in the route system. I would have expected something like this if we were on Yuri or Natsuki's route. However, that's not the route we're on, so yeah, I'm honestly really interested to see where this goes. It's more and more starting to look like this is really the only choice we get in the game. However, I've sort of rescinded my earlier statement saying that's not the greatest if this is the only choice. And the reason being, depending on who we pick, the interactions are likely going to be completely different. Like, from this point on, the mod really just splits into 4 different directions. Because one of the issues with route systems or whatnot is if you do it via multiple choices, then ultimately there could be sections of the mod that are the same for all 4 routes, but likely that's not going to be the case if we pick anyone else's route. So I mean, it's basically 4 different mods wrapped up into one, given this sort of take on the route system where it's like, oh, you pick one choice or you pick a option or whatnot, and then it's entirely different from the rest. And I actually think that's going to be a good thing, because that means this mod will take a lot longer than I thought for each person's route. Because we're currently doing Monika's route. I was like, why is it so quiet? But we don't know how far we're into it, right? Presumably there's still a decent amount left to go. And then on top of that, we have the other 3 routes too. And like I said, you know, if this is the only choice and sort of the mod splits into different directions, it's almost like an entirely different mod for each character, right? Then there aren't really going to be that many convergent interactions. It's basically just going to be a whole new game, like I said. So I think this mod will take a while to complete, given we are obviously going to go everyone's routes. So, but I mean, you know, we'll get a better sense once we finish Monika's route, right? And presumably, you know, there's 4 different endings, 1 per route. At the very least, if we don't get in our choice, there's at least multiple endings depending on what route you pick. But I mean, yeah, so we'll get a much better sense of, okay, how long, the timeline of completing the mod when we finish Monika's route. But until then, we just need to enjoy it, right? It took, again, like I said, it all comes back to you know, it took a really interesting, really intriguing turn, putting Yuri's problems to the forefront of the picture, right, on a Monika route nonetheless. And again, I would have expected that from a Yuri or even a Natsuki route, but a Monika route really wasn't, I don't think this was something I could have anticipated, or anyone really, that Yuri's problems would manifest in Monika's route. But yeah, so let's load this. Oh yeah, so because he had the interaction with Yuri late night the previous day, and now he's going to school again with Sayori this day, right? And then, yeah, I mean, and then this was Sayori talking about her dream or whatnot, right? Regarding everyone on the beach or whatnot, and they were 10 years older. I have no clue what that is. Because she said her dream was a secret, right? So I initially thought it was about the MC. So, but, you know, it was about everyone, really, so. And given we know it's likely her poem was about the MC, there are a few things we need to figure out, right? One, sort of, what's going to happen with Monika, given her most recent interaction with her. 2, whether or not Sayori, has feelings for the MC or whatnot. It's not obvious, and she could be putting off Assad right now, which could, become an issue or problem later down the line. And then 3, ultimately, you know, how we're going to help Yuri. I really don't think we tell anyone else here, because presumably Yuri's not part of the club anymore, so, well, given she just straight up left the group chat or whatnot, just not gonna really show up, so it doesn't really make sense to tell anyone else. And the MC, what's even worse is the MC, when he was considering telling them, he was gonna, like... Oh, wait, what? Hold on. Wait. Oh, alright. He was gonna do it for a really selfish reason, right? Saying, like, to prevent Sayori or Monica from worrying. But this isn't about Sayori or Monica. This is about Yuri. If he tells Sayori or Monica and Yuri finds out, that just throws any chance of him helping her, like, pretty much out the window, right? That really isn't the best thing. Let's see. Okay, let's see after school. And then she embraces me. Her grit resembles an MMA move. It is an MMA move. Bye. She scampers down the hall like a dog. I don't get, like, what does this even mean? Like, what does that even mean? Like, this isn't a normal thing to say. Like, you don't, like, see someone, like, running down the hall or whatnot, and you're saying, like, oh, they're scampering like a dog, or that's, like, what is he even saying? So ridiculous. Well, the teacher is out today, so at least we have a sub. Like, substitute? That doesn't make calculus any easier, though. Whatever, I'll take what I can get. The school day flies by, something that almost nobody anticipated. And yeah, this is actually a pretty good sign that, like, you know, the MC's actually not being, like, a loner neat, like how he described himself in the initial, like, Act 1 of the game or whatever. Because, like, it really is, like, ultimately having something else outside of just academics is, like, it makes academics so much easier. Like, that's his issue before. He's like, oh, I hate school. It's because you don't do anything outside of, like, the bare minimum. But now that he's actually involved in something, right? You know, it's actually, like, going by quick, and he's not, like, hating it or whatnot. Now to find some answers. So, he didn't plan on meeting Yuri, though, right? That's what I assume. Or I guess going... But he's probably just going to go to the club, because obviously, you know, he needs to see Monica, right? Given sort of their abrupt, abrupt ending to their previous conversation that was, I think it was, how many days ago? I don't even remember, right? It was just, well, today is Tuesday during the week, so yeah, it actually was just yesterday. And then, because he could be referring to either Yuri or Monica, but it wouldn't make sense referring to Yuri because he has no clue where Yuri is. But at least he knows Monica's got to be at the club, right? Sayori peeks in the door, inviting me to come into the hall. I gladly do so. What's she gonna say? How's your day, MC? It flew by, really. I can't really remember anything that happened now that I think about it. That's kind of a red flag. But I mean, because, yeah, he's definitely just got to be going straight to the club right now, right? He wouldn't know where Yuri is. He would have to run into her by pure chance. Like, pure coincidence. Like, just out of the blue nowhere. It's not something he can plan for, but going to the club, you know, that's an obvious sort of no-brainer given Monica's there or whatnot, and he'll need to, like, make up with her regarding what happened previously. Like, he really has, like, sort of two worries now, and this is especially going off of the subconscious. No, this is way past that. Wait, hold on. Oh, no, we actually did catch the subconscious. Yeah, like, this is what the subconscious said. He's like, the subconscious, like, the Monica papers, your exchange, it seems like you're spelling what to do. Something tells me you have to leave one and figure out the R. So he's basically saying, okay, we need to choose, right? But I really think that's a false dichotomy. Like, ultimately, I think we can put whatever with Monica on hold and deal with Yuri at the same time. This isn't, like, trying to go everyone's route, you know? This is, like, beyond the route. This is, like, dealing with the issues and problems of the characters or whatnot. Because, like, obviously, you know, the MC hanging out with 4 people Saturday, okay, that was stupid. Like, that was dumb, shouldn't have done that, that could have ended up poorly. But this isn't the same thing. He really can put whatever he's got with Monica on hold to deal with Yuri, right? Like, because even though Monica doesn't know about Yuri's, like, issues, her just leaving the club on a whim is worrying to Monica, like, her being Yuri. So, he really can't just kind of put it on hold for now, at least. So, neither can I. Maybe it's just one of those days for everyone. That's red flags. I hope so. Ready to go? Yeah. No race this time. Okay, so yeah, they are going to the club. Because, like, him saying, like, okay, like, I need answers, like, that could have been referring to either Yuri or Monica, right? She lines up beside me and walks with me in a club room. Okay, so we're going here. Seems that Sayori and I are the first ones here. Strange. Monica's usually here by now. Don't tell me she's actually ditching the... Like, I'm not gonna lie. If she actually ditches the club because she can't confront the MC, that's, like, the most selfish thing in existence, right? Like, I mean, she's the literal leader of the club. Like, the MC, that I've been talking about this, like, for a decent amount during the previous part. Like, the MC, he can choose whether to show up or leave, right? He's just a member who's been there for, like, what, 2 or 3 days? When Monica being the club leader, she's forced to go. Like, she can't just ditch because she doesn't want to confront the MC. Like, that's a selfish thing to do, right? And she should realize that. But, I mean, if they're really gonna, like, have her... I mean, yeah, that would actually really be just a selfish thing to do. And I know, I guess, well, obviously, Yuri's not going to show up. So it's really only just us, Natsuki, and Monica now, right? At least the MC can try and solve what he's got with Yuri via text, right? I mean, at the very least, he can do that. Because, I mean, he's not going to text Monica. He'll just assume she shows up, right? But, like, he might as well take this opportunity and try and, like, get into contact with Yuri or whatnot. She's probably just doing some work. She's a very busy person. I'm here. Okay, Natsuki's here, like in the closet, right? Okay, apparently we're not the first ones here. Natsuki, have you seen Yuri or Monica? No Yuri either? Well, I mean, this makes sense though, right? Given she literally left the group chat and nobody except the MC knew why. And this isn't even including the MC knowing about Yuri's kind, but the MC was the only one who picked up on Yuri not being there the day prior. And everyone else was like, oh, why did she leave? How could she leave? It's because you didn't even notice her when she wasn't there, right? So, ultimately, her leaving the group chat, like, the MC was the only one who knew why. So, he shouldn't really be asking this question. This should be obvious, or, like, apparent. Like, that's an effectively quitting the club, right? So, yeah, he knows that. So, that shouldn't be a surprise. He should be more worried about, like, Monica. Because, again, if Monica doesn't show up, that's, like, the most selfish thing in existence, right? Like, you, as a club leader, are not going to show up because you can't confront one of the people in the club. Like, that's just extremely selfish, and just gotta throw that out there. No, I saw them during school, though. So, I bet they're just being dramatic or something. Well, Natsuki doesn't... The only person who knows what happened between the MC and Monica is Sayori. Natsuki doesn't know that, so I don't know why she's saying, like, that's dramatic or whatnot. But Yuri, though, that could be referring to Yuri. But the thing is, this mod hasn't done a good job, like, establishing... Or, well, not even... I shouldn't say it hasn't done a good job. It just hasn't established that Yuri and Natsuki are friends. So it makes sense, like, why Natsuki wouldn't know that much about Yuri. Like, there's no real reason for it to yet, at least, like, according to the mod, or regarding, like, they're, like, because, again, like I've said, many mods have taken the route that sort of Yuri and Natsuki are actually decent friends, but that's not necessarily, like, established or whatnot. That's not a, like, canon thing, so it's up to them, really. So we won't know that, like, because if they were, then she'd maybe, like, okay, Yuri's, like, busy, or she's like, she's not gonna show up anymore or whatnot, but she's just as out of the loop as Sayori is, right? Because again, it's obvious that Yuri's not gonna show up. We need to just wait and see if Monica shows up. Come on, Natsuki, that's a bit harsh, don't you think? Well, we know that, given we know about Yuri's problems, but no one else does, presumably, except for us, so the MC, like, it makes sense for Natsuki to say that, because she doesn't know about their issues, right? Is somebody getting worried about their crush? Which one? Like, we're referring to both of them here, right? But here's the thing. So, yeah, Natsuki's clearly poking fun at Monica. But regarding Yuri, MC is the only one who knows about sort of Yuri's issues. Like, issues or problems. So, like, Natsuki, her saying this kind of shows that she doesn't. And, I mean, especially given, like, well, I guess she's kind of turning the conversation towards Monica now, right? But this kind of implies that she doesn't know Yuri's issues, so she's likely not that close to her, like, outside of school or whatnot. So that's just kind of, like, our conclusion there, right? So, no, I just think it's a bit weird, don't you think? I mean, it is, like, because, again, Natsuki doesn't know actually, Natsuki doesn't know, like, sort of Yuri's problems or issues, or what happened between the MC and Monica, so she's really out of the loop. At least Sayori knows what happened between the MC and Monica, right? And again, I'm just gonna throw it out there, like, that's actually, like, a really selfish move on the part of Monica. Like, she's literally the club leader, right? Like, it would be semi-acceptable for Sayori, but she's still the VP, so she should still really be here, right? Like, as the club leader, you're really just not gonna show up because you can't confront one of the members, like, that's really a selfish move. Whatever, you perv, go find them if you're so concerned. Well, I mean, it makes sense just to wait here, right? It's a big school. Like, just, like, texting like, Monica's still in the group chat, just be like, oh, you showing up or whatnot? Well, I guess I should have a look. where's he even going to go? Like, literally just, like, message them in the group chat. Like, but there's 2 people missing. You can't be in 2 places at once. Okay, that's a really, I'm just gonna throw it out there. That's a really dumb comment. We shouldn't be going anywhere. Just get in this mod does such, like, this mod puts a decent amount of effort into establishing, like, communication via technology, but nobody's actually doing it. Like, it makes more sense. Like, the MC should text Yuri saying, like, oh, I assume you're not showing up or whatnot, and she'll say, like, yes or no or whatnot. And then same in the group chat, actually, he can ask Monica whether she's showing up. This is a really dumb move. Like, the MC really shouldn't be doing this. Damn it, she's right. I want to find them both, but I need to... Really, you're gonna make us... You're really gonna make us choose. This is the real false dichotomy here. Like, if they're really gonna make us choose between Yuri and Monica, that's the real false dichotomy, right? Like, we can literally just message them via... Like, you can't put so much effort into establishing this whole, like, online technology communication thing, and then just not have it as, like, a solution to problems, like, or try to finish my business with mom. Like, they're really gonna make us choose between these. Like, this shouldn't even be a choice at all. Like, they're really making us picking between these, right? Like, this is the legitimate choice we need to make. We can't just, like, do the logical thing and, you know, solve our own problems. We really need... This is really and it's even... What's even worse is this is the second choice in the whole game, and it's a seemingly needless choice. Like, we can solve both problems by utilizing technology, and they do... Again, the mod does... And this wouldn't be an issue if the mod didn't establish, like, technology as a, like, form of communication, but it did, so it would make sense for us to use it, but ultimately we're not. That's the issue, right? Like, if the mod didn't do anything regarding technology, like, I'd say, oh, this makes sense as a decision, right? But given it did, we can use it to solve our problems, but we're just not. I guess we need to weigh our options here. Here's the thing, right? I was saying before it's a false dichotomy in that we can, like, the MC and Monica can mutually agree to put aside their, like, to, like, the MC and Monica could, like, mutually agree to put aside their differences or, like, put their own situation on hold in order to deal with Yuri, given Monica's presumably concerned about Yuri as well, and especially with the MC knowing about Yuri's issues or problems, right? But the MC hasn't found Monica, right? Like, they haven't agreed to do that. Like, obviously one of the choices is find Monica. Let's weigh the options here, right? Because this may actually not be such an obvious choice. Because Yuri, we know Yuri's issues. Obviously, this is going to be related to Yuri's cutting. Like, I don't really see what else it could be related to. Monica, it's obviously going to be, you know, clearing up what happened during yesterday or whatnot. Here's the thing. I think we need to pick Monica here, because if anything, we need to get into contact with Monica, like, you know, say, put our own situation on hold, like, in order to actually deal with Yuri's problems. So, because if we go Yuri right now, obviously Monica's, the whole situation with her is just going to become an issue, right? Like, we can find Yuri, and, like, we wouldn't even get answers, right? We know Yuri's effectively quit the club, right? So we'd find her and she'd say, like, oh yeah, I quit the club or whatnot, right? To deal with my own issues. And the MC could be like, alright, can I relay this back to everyone? And she'd be like, yes or no. Like, but with Monica, at least, you know, it's about getting her back to the club, right? Because, again, like, we need to weigh this in terms of the club. Like, ultimately, the sort of goal of these mods is, like, a stable club, right? Yuri's effectively quit. Like, the MC can't do anything immediately to get her back. But Monica, you know, like, she's on the verge of quitting. If the MC, like, finds her and interacts with her now, then he could likely bring her back. But Yuri, that's not the case. So I think we need to ensure Monica's staying, especially given she's the leader. Like, we need to ensure Monica's staying as, like, we need to ensure that she's, you know, a part of the club before trying to bring Yuri back. And this really does suck, because this really is, like, sort of, this really is a false dichotomy when it comes to choices. We could solve both these issues by utilizing technology, especially given the mod has done such a good job to, like, establish that it's, like, a thing, right? Like, it put a decent amount of effort into establishing technology as a thing with, like, group chats or whatnot, but we just, apparently we can't use it to fix our problems. And again, like, how are we even gonna find them? This is a huge school. It really does just make more sense to text them or whatnot. But I mean, we gotta go Monica here. We need to ensure that she stays, like, a part of the club before we try and bring Yuri back. I need to find Monica. Surely she's in the building. Yeah, it's a huge building. They're really just, really, like, you're really just gonna transition immediately after the choice. Like, so, is there gonna be, like, a time skip and say, like, oh, X has happened within the past days? Okay, that'd be really stupid. Please tell me it picks up right after, like, right where you left off. Because if not, then that's just stupid, right? Like, you're gonna make us choose a choice and we can't even see, like, the fruits of our labor, right? No going back. Okay, good. I was really worried there was gonna be, like, some random time skip. Like, that was ultimately the big worry. That was just gonna be like, we do that, and then the MC will be like, a lot has happened in the past few days, and then that would just be a complete waste of our time then. Yeah, I'm actually gonna transition here slightly earlier, but yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll ultimately see, like, what happens. Like, again, I think that was the right choice. We need to ensure that Monica stays a part of the club before we try and bring Yuri back. Like, we need to ensure that Monica's good before, like, anything else. So, yeah, I think that's gonna be the transition. So, yeah, I'm transitioning now. Alright, yeah, I mean, I really was worried